Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Magnitude 10 YouTube channel. I'm Jeff here at the home office. I'm on this episode of Goodreads Newsstand Edition. I'm going to actually rate the comic books as I preferred them, reading through them from worst to best, saving the best for last. Uh, they are in that order. I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily ranking them. I'll make a few comments along the way. I thought some feedback on what we're actually thinking of these titles would be helpful. So definitely drop your comments if you agree, disagree. If there's something that you've enjoyed that you don't see in what I'm ordering and showing. And stay tuned to the end of this video. I will put a link to the video that shows the new arrivals for next week. Okay, let's take a look at my ranking from worst to best of the new comic books that I read second week of July. Okay, so from the second week of July newsstand arrivals, there are 12 comic books here that I read through this past week. Much anticipated. I had some high hopes for Return to Skull Island. It was my least favorite. So these are in order from the least favorite to my favorite read for this week. I do not plan to order this again. It just fell down, both story. The art was okay, but just so disconnected. I liked the cover art, thought it was promising, but not one that I would read again, and I don't plan on ordering it again. So if this is an example, if this is something that you actually would like to have, that's okay. We each have our preferences, but definitely let me know because I can special order in books, but I don't plan to just continue to order in just any book here in the future. I'm going to start to be a little bit more picky and choosy. So the next up is Batman and Robin. I've been reading this for a few months. Although I like Batman and Robin, and overall this is a decent book, it just, with so many titles, I personally would not continue to read this. This is another one that I would drop off. The story was actually okay, and the art was good. It's just, I don't have enough time, and also by the time that you start purchasing so many titles, you have to kind of stay within your budget. There was an interesting villain, Memento, but it's just more a matter of time and budget for me. And this one is just going to slip off my list. Fire and Ice, probably no surprise, although it's been fun. I've read a couple months worth. They are not characters that I'm particularly drawn to. Again, it's just because it's a matter of, can I continue to read 50 different titles every month? No, I don't have the time for that right now, nor the budget for that. And that can come and go. So if this particular title and characters were your cup of tea, then sure. They are not, there's nothing in here that's going to affect the DC universe. It is a good book. I have enjoyed it. It's more of a teen, a young adult level. The cover from Terry Dodson has been great, but you have to make some decisions at some point, and this is one that I'm going to discontinue. Savage Dragon, I will probably continue, but this is not so much for me. Although I did actually enjoy this, so I'm worried that I might get hooked. This was the cover that really drew me in because that's an homage to an early Golden Age Batman cover. Batman and Robin were on an early Batman comic book from the Golden Age. The story surprised me. It flowed well. The writing was good. It's kind of a matter of how well customers purchase this. The price point is good. It's only $4. It's a solid title. I had a lot of fun with it. I will probably continue that. This one, I'm a little bit on the fence. I recognize that one thing that had going for it, it was a #1 issue. So I don't know whether the story is going to go somewhere that I want to go. I'm not particularly a Rick and Morty fan, but I think customers are to a certain extent. So I'm willing to give this a little bit more time to see what I think of Rick and Morty. It was amusing and it was fun. I think of the two, I enjoyed Savage Dragon more than Rick and Morty, but that's me. If you like these characters and this writer, his sense of humor, that's great. This is where the exact order gets a little bit imprecise because this, I think, is something to continue for now because it is of more impact to the DC Universe and the Absolute series. We're only at issue 4. It's been kind of slow to develop. There's a lot of new characters and it's taking a while to really get an idea of where this story is going or what's even happening. I haven't really caught on to who the characters are, to be honest, with the time I've had. It was okay. I don't think the writing and art was that strong. The main reason I'll probably continue to order it is to at least get up to issue 6. So if that's something that you want me to order in, definitely let me know. All of these so far, I appreciate it if you can let me know. Just watching my time here. Let me take a brief pause and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back with the next title. So of the 12 titles, we're halfway through, working towards now. Of course, I'm a Batman fan, but this is something that I don't even know if it's going to continue to a second issue. It might have just been a one-shot. The way it was ended led me to believe that it's going to continue. It's a cool Elseworlds alternative universe set like in the Wild West of the United States, like, in the 1800s or something. So you've got all the cast of superheroes and villains, but, like Harley Quinn is dressed like, a saloon girl, and they've got a vest and the different, top hats, so forth. So it was good. I actually enjoyed it. It went well. The art was good. You can kind of tell. So that's one that I'll take a look and see, but definitely give me your feedback. I'm kind of ordering that more because I'm a Batman fan. And it turns out it's actually a team book with, Batman just being part of a team of 5 superheroes. So more, it's a league for justice, kind of a play on the Justice League. This title, because I have so much faith in Tom King, it is kind of a more, I want to say, it's more of a let's poke fun and kind of interesting humor. They there's like a little flirtation between this age. So in the story, she's going back in time and she's having to correct time because her corgis have gotten through. And this is, there's a younger one, a middle-aged, so she's like her tween age, and then there's a 19-year-old version of her. And they've crossed paths in time, and she's trying to recapture this corgi back to correct the timeline. And so she runs into Jason Todd, and there's a little flirtation. There's some some funny banter. So I really like the writing, and the artwork is actually really good. So I'm really happy with this so far. It's in its second issue. I think it's kind of a sleeper, but if you're a Tom King fan, he's again kind of knocking it out of the park. I was kind of a little bit on the fence with issue 1, but having read the first 2 issues, I'm definitely in. So if you want to wait for that, I think it's meant to be a mini series, but we'll see how many issues that goes. Okay, Aquaman, I just feel like the story is so good, and the art I've been enjoying. I mean, he brings back Nemo from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. H.G. Wells' character from the classic tales, and it's just a really well-written comic, and I've been enjoying it. So I don't know if anyone else out there hasn't been enjoying Aquaman. I definitely want to keep ordering in cover A at least. There's been some beautiful variant covers, but I'm going to be cutting back a little bit. So let me know, give me your feedback, and we'll go from there. Now, I've mentioned before, this has been just excellent. I've kind of dropped Superman, and I've dropped Justice League Unlimited. I know those are a couple that are worth consideration, but for me, I'm really enjoying Action, and it's kind of retelling his days as a teenager, discovering his powers. It's Mark Waid. The art is excellent, and so I would definitely recommend that. Here's where I would say, like, within these 3, it's hard to say, okay, which one was better. I don't want to necessarily get too nitpicky on, oh, this was better than that. But definitely this grouping here, it's only the second issue, so I'm giving this a chance. I love the artwork so far. It's been very compelling. It's held my interest. I did have a start-stop in reading it. I didn't read it straight through the first go, but that was more because of my schedule than as opposed to the quality of the book. I like the character. I'm not sure exactly where they're going with the story. There's definitely a lot of content to the comic. So it's, I feel like, I got my money's worth reading this. But there you go. That's Blood Type. This is from the new EC line, and I'll probably continue this series at least 1 or 2 more issues. We'll see. Okay, I've mentioned before Batman Dark Patterns. This is next to Absolute Batman. This has to be, and Detective right now, those three. I've actually dropped the main Batman title from my reading list. But this has been an excellent title. And I just think that, if you're a Batman fan at all, and he's solo without Robin, it's more driven with solving a mystery using his detective skills and, his combat and fighting acrobatic skills. But there's a big reveal here. I don't want to spoil it. This is the end of the next appears to be the end of the Rookery storyline. Okay, let me take a pause and I'll be right back with Planet Death. Okay, I like to film these kind of live, so I do appreciate your patience with the quality of the video. Of course, you can fast forward, pause, skip over, so hopefully this works for you. I do appreciate your comments that have been, especially recently, and we're getting close to our goal of 100 subscribers for our first giveaway. So it's been a lot of fun and I enjoy doing this. I hope it helps. And I think, if you find something in it, I know I watch a lot of other YouTube channels. So hopefully this helps and gives you an idea of what's out there as you're trying to decide which books you would like to read within your budget of time and financial budget. But here with Planet Death, this I'm not sure if somehow I was just given this as a promo or if I actually ordered it. It doesn't have a cardstock cover, it's just newsprint. I was glad that I read this. This is the first issue. I did order in, I have, I believe 2 copies left. One's already been spoken for. But I was glad that I read this because it did give a little bit of background to help me understand what is happening in this world. And I'm on board for this. It is definitely, the story and the art is above average, excellent. It was riveting and I read it all the way through in one go. Thoroughly enjoyed it and looking forward to the next installment. And quite a thick book. I like books that there was essentially no ads in this book. Just kind of nice. Probably at the end, if at all. So they kind of save them towards the end. So just almost like a graphic novel, which you can read and enjoy uninterrupted. And then focus, if you want to take a look at the advertisements, you can. And here we are to my favorite. Okay, I would say, again, it's kind of, I don't want to quibble over which one was better, but this is a one-shot. There was a period where I actually laughed out loud, which is pretty rare for me, so I think that's saying something. It's a mashup. I had some high hopes for it, and it delivered. There's a lot of fun little Easter egg kind of things throughout it in both the writing and the art. And I don't really want to spoil it for anyone, but I would definitely recommend it. If you're a fan of Jay and Silent Bob, the Clerks movies, Archie, you can come to this book and really get some fun and enjoyment out of it. Like I said, I think it's a one-shot, so in a way that's part of the reason that it made the top of the list for me, but it was also just the enjoyment level and something out of the ordinary. So that's my ranking. If you have a different view or some comments that you want to share, please do. I always appreciate that, whether you want to do it on the YouTube channel or if you want to message me directly, that's fine. And as always, enjoy your comics. I hope this has been helpful, and we'll see you next time. Remember, here in a moment, if you want to take a look at the next batch of comics, it's a big one. There's like 25 comic books. I got started last night and read the first 5. And I think I'll go ahead and do this sort of review, ranking review, and work on that as part of this series. I think that's kind of good. So let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time on Good Reads with Magnitude 10.